for you, dear. Are the stars out tonight? All right.
I'm sorry, I was lost in your voice.
I know those dulcet tones
Wow.
of Creed Bratton. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. We're sitting here live with Creed Bratton.
Live with Jay.
That's me, baby.
We're live? Oh, sorry.
All right. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? You already know what it is. Your boy Jay Stash back at it again, live from Fan Expo Dallas. I am sitting here with a gentleman who has lit up our lives in his many endeavors across his career, Mr. Creed Bratton.
I've lit up some things on my own too, Jay, but that's another story.
Yeah, I think you said it right there at the end of that sentence. I don't know if you were mentioning my name or not.
All right, should we start signing?
You can sign whenever you want.
All right,
Yeah, I'm
all
going to
right.
bother you for the next little 30 minutes if that's okay with you.
All right.
And we'll get it here. Let me explain to people how this works. We're live here from Fan Expo Dallas, hearing today's signature story of Creed Bratton, getting an opportunity to learn a little bit more about the person behind the character. And of course, we're going to be auctioning off some of your favorite items, collectible items you may have been chasing after. You can check out the Buy It Now as well. It's been loaded up with a lot of items if you don't feel like hitting the auction block. We're going to be moving these items for you. Be sure to check it out. And at some point, we're going to be talking and learning a lot about Creed, right? That sound good to you? I'll take that as a yes.
Yes, yes. Sign.
Yes. Now,
Nod head.
nod head, yes, and sign. All right, so The Office has been something that you've been really popularly known for, but
Yes.
I kind of wanted to shift gears and start about your journey as a musician.
Right.
And how you developed that unique style. You were with the Grassroots.
Well, I was actually out of college with a folk trio in Europe. I called the Young Californians.
Yeah.
And I met Warren Etner at a pop festival. And folk festival, I should say.
Yeah.
And keep them coming. Line them up, folks.
There it is.
And he came up to me and we talked and exchanged numbers.
Uh-huh.
And then about a year later, I got back to LA, and we started a band, the 13th Floor, and that a year later became the Grassroots. And our first song we recorded, we've done it was "Let's Live for Today," went to number 5, and then I did 4 albums with them.
Wow, four albums?
4 albums,
That's amazing.
and now and then I've been having my own solo career since then.
As a musician.
Well, let's see, we do these Cherokee Jack. I think I should sign these as Cherokee Jack.
I would love that.
I think that's even better.
That sounds awesome. I
Yeah.
love that. Listen, you're in control of that, so however you want to sign it, I'm sure the fans are going to love it.
I'm going to give them Cherokee Jack. Cherokee Jack.
Cherokee
and
Jack.
Cherokee Jack.
I love cheddar cheese, Jack. That's my favorite. Now, you've had a successful acting career in addition to your music, and you were just talking about your 4 studio albums. How did you transition from being a musician to becoming an actor, and were there any challenges along the way for that?
Glad you asked, Jay.
Thank you.
That's a funny story. It's actually not. I've always played music and I've always acted.
Yeah.
I did all the plays. I was a drama major in college.
Yeah.
And music was something I did from age 13. 17, I was playing professionally up at this resort, playing lead guitar. And I've always played music. And again, now I'm on my 10th solo album called Tao Pop, T-A-O-P-O-P.
Tao Pop?
Tao Pop.
Tao Pop.
T-A-O-P-O-P, Tao Pop. And I would reverted back to, some of them people are going to get the Cherokee Jack.
Yeah.
Some will just get Creed Bratton.
I think they're going to love it either way. I'm looking at them. It's an awesome piece. Now, in addition to your music and your acting, you're a painter as well? What?
I'm a painter. No, I'm not.
I thought you were a painter. I'm like looking up all these things.
I do some brain surgery on the weekend.
No, that's fine. That's not a. We're talking about the things that you're good at
that's
here.
That's pro bono work. You know?
Is that pro bono work?
Yes, yeah.
The brain surgery?
Yeah.
I guess that's why it's the least amount of thing that you do.
I'm not very known for that. Yeah.
Good. Well, no, I mean, music, and I mean, you're just so talented. I just wanted to highlight a lot of the other things that you've done outside of Creed, man. I mean, such a long career, and trying to find out everything about you that just gives a little bit of depth. Yeah, get rid of that. We don't need it. We don't need it. Should we talk about The Office?
It's good, please.
Should we?
Yes.
All right, cool. Your character on The Office shares your name. How much of that character is based on your real life persona?
Well, Creed was addled a lot because of drugs.
Yeah.
back in the day, Jay.
Okay.
I speak of myself in the third person a lot.
I love that. It gives me an insight to you.
And I basically, folks, have been a reluctant rock star.
Okay.
Not really liking debauchery. Not like to party that much at all. Not at all. I would wake up in the morning sometimes and go, God, I got to do drugs today. I didn't really want to.
No.
But it's in the deal. I got to do it, you know.
Part of the lifestyle.
Yeah, part of the lifestyle.
Jeez. All right. Well, I mean, and it's with the massive fan base that The Office has had, your character's become a fan favorite. You've had such a lasting impact on the culture, you know, as you roll on Creed Bratton. I mean, is it get old that people recognize you for this and kind of just keep wanting to talk about the show with you?
I think if it gets old, then I'm in trouble, right?
I mean, I would hope that it doesn't get old then in that case.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't get old at all.
Good. And The Office is obviously just such a show that is, I guess, like a culture thing. You know, everybody just, you know, gravitates to it. And I've sat with Oscar and Leslie and everything. And how was it working alongside this cast? Did they motivate you?
Oh, my God. Well, you have to raise your game. I felt I had pretty good chops. But you're working with Rainn Wilson and Steve and Oscar, by the way.
Yeah.
Can kill you.
Oscar's hilarious.
He's such a hilarious guy.
He really is.
He's really so funny, and he never broke on the show.
Yeah.
We all would break and laugh and stuff, and he would never. And he still to this day. We're still good. We're very good friends, and we get together a lot for sushi and. We hang, and he's a good guy. Yeah,
no, we were talking about when I sat with him the episode of the Kiss with Michael and talking about how he didn't break character. What was that like for
you? Well, we were going crazy. You could see our reaction. We had no idea that was going to happen.
Right.
We're going nuts. There's a horror. There's like a BJ's got this horror look on his face, like what's going on, you know?
Do you think that, like, as the Creed character yourself, can you describe like a scene where you reveal like your unique job history, and this is like, I guess, an introduction really to Creed to a sense, like with the character?
What was the question?
I said when you're on the show and you do things like describing the unique history, or you're talking about like all the different crazy things that Creed does, like, is that the identity that you always wanted for the character of Creed? Or did you feel like season to season it changed?
I wrote the character.
You wrote it yourself?
I wrote the character.
Fully in control of the creative process?
No. Originally, I wrote a character. I was on the show in background.
Okay.
And he knew. I was there because of because of the grassroots.
Yeah.
And I'd been working on Bernie Mac, and the director Ken Kwapis got me on the show. So I wrote this character out based on what would have happened if Creed Bratton, the rock star, had stayed debauched.
Yeah.
And kept doing all the stuff he did. And just shot a bunch of stuff and ad-libbed for quite a while, and cut hours down to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so when I presented that stuff, that was the base, that was the template for the guy. Then the writers, of course, took it far beyond that.
Yeah,
they just ran with it. I was at there. Eventually, I'm killing people, and, stealing, and I love doing all that stuff.
All of the amazing things that we love the character for.
Oh my gosh.
What's the most mysterious thing that Creed Bratton does in The Office? Like, I feel like we never know where he's coming from. There's always another layer of finding out about him.
I, for a while, had this theory that when he asked for the third chair,
yeah,
and I'll have 3 chairs.
Yeah.
So I thought, he would stand on the chairs by his desk and pull out a panel, and he'd be going pot.
Yeah,
up the top. That's the only way he could get up there. He was sleeping under the thing, and that's where he kept his weed up there, you know.
Yeah.
That's a good idea too, I think.
I think so too. I mean, what other way to double dip while you're at work, right? You got the grow up, and then you're in the office, you know, covering all the bases. Is there something that you think that there's like a weirdest theory out there that you've heard about Creed and his identity in The Office?
A fan came up the other day on here in Dallas.
Yeah.
And said there was one scene where something happened with Michael.
Yeah.
And Creed's character looked out emotional in the background.
Yeah.
And at that moment, they thought that I was actually Michael's father.
Oh, that's a crazy theory.
And no one's ever mentioned that before, never thought about it, but I thought, wow, wouldn't that be
a crazy backstory? Yeah.
There was one talk, I guess, of a total Creed backstory of Creed's, and I wish they'd have done that.
Yeah, that would have been
but
great.
It might have taken away from the uniqueness and a little bit less is more kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like that mystery about it that makes you want to love the character.
If it had been too much, we might have lost because it turned out great.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you got the perfect amount of balance in the character?
Oh yeah, because here we are.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. signing toys with your face on it.
With my face on it, so it's not so bad, right?
No, not bad at all. I mean, can you describe, if you get a little bit specific, can you describe the scene where Creed pretends to be the office's quality assurance director?
Well, that's where the thing with the he goes and he goes, oh my God. One day a year, I go one day of year that I miss going to check. I can't remember exactly what it was, but and this happens, And that was what there's some cartoon characters are fornicating or something, right?
Yeah.
Just,
it's a wild ride on The Office, let me tell you. And
is this still good?
Is that still good? Yeah, the black one is fine,
This
right?
black one's still fine. Okay.
Yeah.
You'll tell me when it gets weird.
Yeah. We'll tell you when it gets wonky. And if you're just tuning in now, we're here with Creed Bratton.
And by the way, a few of these I've done obscene cartoons.
You should do them
on the thing. It's just this. So
yeah,
that'll be. Can you charge more for those?
Just do the obscene cartoons. That's great. We want that. We like obscene here and whatnot. Have you been involved in? I know you talked about the creative process of everything. And I think one of the questions that I had once you let the writers kind of get involved in the process, was there any kind of creative differences that led to more growth in the character of Creed?
No, I mean, it has anything to do with me letting the writers, once I submitted that tape.
Yeah.
And the first episode I did, I had lines in the first 6 episodes.
Yeah.
But they weren't supposed to be. It's just, that's a whole other story.
They weren't supposed to be?
Yeah, and I think I can use a new one of these.
Okay.
Is that one there?
Yep. There it is.
There. Now see
that looks good.
Looks so much better than the old ones.
Yeah,
that's
there you
okay.
go.
It's okay.
That's all right. We're moving on with these here.
Yeah. What was the question again?
No, I'm just asking you more about Creed. I like you said, the less is more factor about Creed. I just feel like I'm always looking to learn more. So I'm asking the creative differences. Maybe was there somewhere?
They wasn't like once I had submitted my idea.
Yeah.
And got the gig.
Right.
Then they gave me the Halloween episode.
Okay.
I'm sitting at my desk and they drop a script on the desk and they say, okay, this is a 6.5 page scene with Steve Carell.
Right.
And I knew that was the I was crossing the Rubicon. That was the make it or break it.
And then that's probably the moment that some of these figures started coming out and the popularity raised. Was it cool to see that you were getting?
They weren't sure yet even.
No?
Greg Daniels said, but when he heard which one's Pam and someone making soup, then they knew they had a winner. That's what he said.
Okay.
That's what he said.
I love that. Now, of course, the grassroots being in your history, and was there ever any crossover on The Office where you kind of revealed that history?
Yeah, of course. There's a deleted scene in the Booze Cruise episode.
Oh, really?
Where I play lead guitar.
Yeah.
And I'm playing lead guitar. And they talk about my reject.
Dented can special. Sorry. We're just over here signing sodas.
They talked about the grassroots episode.
Yeah.
I played, there was a karaoke thing.
Yeah.
Where I sang Spinning and Reeling with Love, one of my songs.
Yeah.
So that's my original song that I'm singing along with. And that song, and then of course on the finale I play All the Faces.
Yeah.
Which I wrote.
Right.
People don't know I wrote that song.
You're musically talented.
Thank you. But like I say, I'm on my 10th solo album.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And they're selling. And people come to my live shows and they say, we came because of The Office.
Right.
But then we're going to now look into your music. And then later on they'll be yelling. They'll know. They're starting to sing along with my songs.
With your songs now?
It's huge.
It's got to be huge, yeah.
It's a huge thing, man. It's
a
big deal.
Do you feel that maybe the Creed Bratton has helped amplify awareness to your musical career as well?
Oh, yes, without a doubt. I mean, I was playing and doing little shows and stuff, but nothing like now. The Office has opened up that musical career all over again.
Are you still having fun?
Yeah, I'm 80. And I'm still cranking, man.
Yeah, you're still out here on the convention scene?
Absolutely. Well, I don't do this that much.
No?
No, I'm mostly film projects and TV projects and working on my music.
Interesting.
But I do this one. I knew Rain was going to be on this, so I knew this would be a good one.
That's got to be
and
fun.
I like visiting Rain and Oscar.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, you know.
Now, did you guys have that same camaraderie on set?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's great. It really was authentic. You guys must have made each other.
We made each other laugh so hard.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
I mean, I got to get up in the morning and go, I got to go laugh with my friends.
Yeah. That's
great.
That's a feeling that everybody wants to chase, right?
Yeah.
Being able to wake up, do something you're passionate about, and have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, like
right?
you're enjoying this.
I'm loving this, man. I'm loving it.
This is good, man.
I know that the signing part of it kind of takes away the interaction, so I'm kind of glad. I saw you lean back, and I'm like, this is my guy. My guy right here understands we're in a comfort zone. You know, it's Sunday.
It is good.
It is good. That's amazing. And I mean, being on the convention trail, and of course with the access to live streaming now, where more people are seeing The Office, have you seen an increase in the range of your fans?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This show is, there's shows with legs and there's shows. This is obviously The Office is part of the zeitgeist, obviously.
Yeah.
But it grows. It still grows.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the deal?
People love it. People love it. You know?
Why do you love it so much?
You tell us.
Well,
you brought this character to us, and people fell in love with him.
Wow.
You know?
Anyway. So we did it, right?
I mean, we're almost there. We're getting ready. We got a little bit more time, and I guess while we're getting ready to wrap things up, what do you have to say to the people that love The Office so much and have learned more about your musical history and want to keep supporting the things that you do? You've got a room full of people right now.
I have an album coming out this year called Taopop, Taopop. I mentioned that before.
Yeah.
You can get my music on Spotify and Amazon and Apple Music.
Oh.
And I have that movie's on hold right now because of the strike.
Yeah.
So everything. I got projects coming out, but I can't talk about them until we know
Not at all.
if they're going to happen.
That's all right.
Because the strike, they could change, direction down the
Any
pipe
moment.
at any moment. Stuff.
Yeah.
We hope to help to go. And anyway, Thank you so much for your support, fans. Thank you, sir.
No problem at all, man.
Jay.
I really appreciate it. And I know that we have the opportunity to sit here with you today and get to learn a little bit more about you. I know you spoke about some of the conventions. Where else can people catch you? Do you want to bring awareness to any of your platforms?
I will be with Gilbert coming up in a couple of weeks in Seattle.
Right.
And then also later in August in Boston. I've already signed up for those.
Are we getting an office reunion at any point?
We got a call just before I left here.
Really?
From NBC and Universal, that led to all the cast members that in 2 months from now, we're all meeting on a side. I'm screwing with you.
I'm about to say, I'm hanging on every word here. I'm like, is this really happening right now? Is this really? You had Jack over there. Jack's like, I'm ready to call the presses right now.
No, I'm sorry. That was cruel. That was cruel.
That was good, though. That was totally good. Well, listen, I know that you're super busy and it is Sunday and I want to get you out of here. Usually I like to do a sign-off where I'll say I'm Jay Stash and I'll kick it over to you. You say your name. You ready to do a proper sign-off?
Let's do it.
Amazing. Where else but whatnot would we have had the opportunity to hear today's signature story? One for the laughter, an insight into the musical ability, and of course the overall very talent that we've had the opportunity to learn more about today. I'm signing off from Fan Expo Dallas. I'm Jay Stash.
I'm Creed Bratton. I played Creed on the show, the show The Office, where I played myself, Creed the character. And one thing I can say about my character is that everything about him that was funny was timing. So, there you go, Jay.
I love that so much.
Thanks for having me.
I'm hanging on every word. Thank you for coming, man.
Thanks, brother.
I appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.
Peace out.
Later.